Yo, fantasy football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Waiver Wire episode of the Yo Fantasy Football podcast. I'm your host, Ant Dunstan, with my co-host and my guy, Will Tay. Say what up, Will.
Hey, Will here. Yo, fantasy
Yeah,
football.
let's get it, man. We're going to help you guys out this week with some guys you should snatch off your waves. Week 1 was great for football. There's a lot of good talent on the waves for our first round of the Waiver Wire production. So let's see who we have for you guys. We have our top picks. We might have a consensus on a few picks. We might have a few guys that we feel differently on, but nevertheless, we're going to help you guys get these picks. So I guess I'll start us off, Will. I think probably your number one also, but Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown?
Who would have thunked?
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, Malcolm Brown. I think if y'all, even if you don't need a running back and you got the number one priority, at least for a few weeks, just pick Malcolm Brown up. They are giving that man the ball like he's Todd Gurley.
Yeah, man, it is looking very reminiscent of Todd Gurley. I like the way he's running. He's getting a lot of touches in the goal line area. He's only rostered by 29% of owners in Yahoo leagues. Give you some of the stats last week. He gave you 18 rushes for 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, got 4 targets, caught 3 of those for another 31. So Malcolm Brown will be a very impressive guy off of the waiver wire this week. Somebody you definitely want to target. He had a very impressive performance last week. And I think he finished in the top 10 running backs for the week, Will. Yeah, Malcolm Brown definitely finished as the number 5 running back on the week last week. So definitely real good performance. Cam Akers is definitely there. He is the starter. But, again, the way he was running, I will be definitely very confident in putting my priority for some of you guys higher on your priority list in your fantasy leagues on Malcolm Brown. So that's who we came with at our number 1 on the waves. Number 2, Will, who do you have on your list?
Naheem Hines. I think
Yes,
we talked
sir.
about him a little bit this summer.
Yes,
If
sir.
if Marlon Mack wasn't there, those type of situations, and I hope Marlon Mack's okay and everything, but he's not here now. And I mean, I think Naheem Hines has a chance to be that new Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to dink and dunk, and that's Phillip Rivers. That's how he
Yes.
plays.
That's a very good call, Will. That's a very good call. He gave you guys 8 targets last week, 8 receptions for 45 yards, a reception touchdown. Then he gave you another 7 for 28 on the ground. And he got a touchdown on the ground also, I believe. So Naeem Hines was definitely a great performance last week. He's only rostered currently by 22% of managers in these Yahoo leagues. So he's definitely somebody you want to target. Again, I have him at my number 2 also, but like you said, well, Phillip Rivers as his new Austin Eckler. There's no much more to say. Make sure you grab Naeem Hines. Number 3, I have Benny Snell on my list. What about you, Will Tay?
I guess I'd pick probably Peyton Barber if you got him out there. It looks like he's going to be that goal line back for the football team. I almost said the other word for the
Yeah.
football team.
Hell to
Man,
the football team. Let's get it. My guys are 1-0. We are leading the division. Side note, but my bad. More on Peyton
Yeah.
Barber, Will Tay.
So yeah, I think Payne Barber is a good pickup if you guys can get him. He just looked like he was going to score touchdowns, and you need touchdowns to win games. And when they get close, I think he's going to be that guy until Antonio Gibson becomes what they think he's going to be. But
Yeah.
I think Payne Barber is a good one.
Yeah, it's definitely, man,
If you
going
can
with
get
the
him,
experience.
I can tell you how much percent owned he is right now. And it looks like if you wanted to get Peyton Barber, only 3. No, that's not him. That's not him at all. I can't. Where it is, 5% owned in the
Yeah.
league. So you got 90% chance, 95% chance of maybe getting him if you're number one priority.
Yes, sir. So my number 3, I went with Benny Snell. He's owned by 19% of Yahoo owners. Um, he had 19 carries for 113 yards last week. He only got 1 target. I think that they are definitely going to go to Jalen on 3rd downs for catching downs. But I think that with Connor out, I think there's more possibility for some passing work for Snell this week. They play Denver. Should be interesting. They're trying to prove something. they're definitely going into this year. I think, they want to win that division. They want to be better than Baltimore. And again, Connor may be out for 2-3 weeks. Snell was running like he wants that job. Even when Connor gets back, I think that Snell is going to be a good option. So he's definitely somebody I think you should snag. Maybe a little better for standard leagues, but PPR leagues, again, this is another guy, at least for here in the next couple of weeks, that you're probably going to get very good production out of Snell with Connor out. So hope Connor gets back, but Snell is my third pick. What about number 4 for you, Will?
Man, number 4, I got James Robinson of the Jaguars. He had 16 rushes last game, and he
Sneaky
got
good.
62 yards, and he's got
Sneaky good.
2 receptions. I think like we just talked about it, right?
Yeah.
If he'd have got a touchdown, which I think they're going to come, or they're going to use him there, I don't believe got that many opportunities. He's going to be that kind of flex low end RB2 that you want at this time of the year. If, say you got a tough decision to make this week in a flex position, or maybe you got an injured James Conner and you didn't get Benny Snell, so now you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think James Robinson is definitely somebody that's interesting. I picked him last week, so he's just been sitting there. So he's like a little egg incubating right now.
Getting ready in the chamber like Goku.
Mm-hmm. He's in the hyperbolic time chamber. Absolutely.
Okay. He's trying to get his Super Saiyan, get his big boy ready, take over that spot. Man, it's a good position. Jacksonville looked good last week versus the Colts, who were supposed to be a pretty solid defense. Minshew, DJ Chark, Keelan Cole. I mean, they was looking all right last week. So if they just add that running game, we see the potential. We saw what Fournette did last year. I'm not saying this guy's no Leonard Fournette, but at the same time, he did really well in his first week. So he's definitely somebody you guys want to grab. That's Will's number 4. My 4th pick off your waivers, I think you should look for Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson was my sleeper last week. He looked really good. Only owned by 32% of Yahoo owners. He had 8 targets last week, 6 receptions, 115 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. So DJ Moore owners, I'm a little bit scared, just a tiny bit scared for you guys, because Robbie Anderson looks like everything that he was supposed to be, but he finally has a legit quarterback and not Sam Darnold back there who loves throwing the ball to the other team, and that's since USC. So Teddy Bridgewater and Robbie Anderson, they definitely look good week 1. I'm not going to, be super on the bandwagon just yet. Consistency is definitely important in fantasy, but for this week, he's my 4th guy that you guys should be targeting off of the waiver wire. And who is your last waiver wire addition for this week, Will Tay?
I'm going to give you guys a wide receiver. I think he's 22% owned, and I'm going to stick with the Indianapolis Colts. I think Paris Campbell, he should be picked up. Phillip Rivers looked like he liked throwing it to that guy in the slot. And I don't think T.Y. Hilton is quite T.Y. Hilton right now. So if you want that kind of Tyler Boyd type upside, I think next best thing coming on a team that's going to kind of usurp their current wide receiver 1. I think Paris Campbell is a good guy for that, and he's not owned by many people. So if you got an extra spot, you might need a wide receiver. I think he'd be a good pickup just to sit there and put in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely a great pick. He had a great performance last week. So, another guy I'm eyeing. I have a bunch of receivers on my team, so I don't really need any more. But definitely for you guys that may be weak at receiver, some of these injuries, Michael Thomas may be out for a few weeks. He's definitely somebody you might want to try to eye. So my number 5, I am going with another running back, and I'm going with Jerick McKinnon with the Niners. He is only 11% owned right now in Yahoo leagues. So last week he got you a touchdown, which kind of made up for a somewhat okay day, but he looks like he's definitely going to be targeted. The third down back in the passing game, he got 5 targets for 3 receptions, 20 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Only got 3 rushes for 24 yards, but with those injuries to that receiving core, and again, another guy, if Kittle is out, they're going to have to lean super heavy on their running game and those running backs. So I think everybody will have a role. Obviously, Mostert's leading the way, but McKinnon is somebody that you should definitely try to keep an eye out on. And then again, if he continues to play well and something does happen to one of those other running backs, his timeshare will only go up. So I'm going with Jerick McKinnon. Again, only 11% owned in Yahoo League, so he's somebody you should try to eye. Anybody else out there you like, Will, that may have not made your list, but may look like someone?
I'm not gonna drop too many more dimes. That's gonna be on our Patreon. So if you guys want to add us on Patreon and follow us there, we can talk about it there.
Okay, for sure, man. I guess I'll leave it at that, man. But I don't know. I guess I have for you just a few guys that I will probably off the waves this week, or people people are eyeing. Guess I have some comparisons I'd like your opinion on, man. So let's start with the QBs, man. Would you go Ryan Tannehill or Gardner Minshew? Tannehill's only owned by 45% owners in Yahoo. Minshew's only by 26%.
I think I'm gonna go with that Minshew mania, bro. Just to go off of what you just said about Jacksonville,
Yeah.
they're ready to muck it up, I think. And yeah, I think if this is the NFL, whoever they play, they're gonna be in for a long game because they're not stopping. They're not scared.
Yeah.
Minshew is he looks like he knows what he's doing. So I'll pick Minshew. What about you, bro?
Um, I'm a huge Tannehill fan. But I think I'll take Minshew in that head up. Like you said, I like their weapons. I like well, at least I just like DJ Chark a lot. Keelan Cole's nice, and don't sleep on Chenault. He's a rookie, but he could go. He can definitely go. I think he got a touchdown last week. And again,
Viscous Chenault.
yeah, exactly, man. And he's only gonna keep getting
Hey,
better.
you can't be mentioning names like that, bro. That's for the Patreon, bro.
That's for the page, man. Well, I'm just saying, if I'm gonna pick Minshew, I gotta let the people know why I'm going with Minshew. So I'm
You're
definitely
welcome.
taking Minshew in that battle. Let's jump over here to the running backs, my brother. Would you go with? Let's see. Let's name a couple guys that you already named, so we don't give out too much to the Patreon. James Robinson or Peyton Barber?
Oh man, James Robinson or Peyton Barber. Man, I'm gonna go with James Robinson, man. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Peyton Barber. Peyton Barber, I think his best days are past him. I think that's gonna be Antonio Gibson's show
Yeah,
eventually. So I'm gonna say James Robinson for the fact that he looks like the back that they want for the future, for this year at least. So I'm gonna wish that brother luck and go with him, man.
that's actually the ultimate one. Naeem Hines or Benny Snell?
Man, this is such a tough quiz. If you'd asked me this 2 weeks ago, I'd have had a good answer and
Yeah,
just said Naeem Hines because Benny Snell. But Benny Snell, man, I think you said it. He looked all cut up. He looked like we made that joke earlier. He looked like what Mike Tomlin wants in a in a
and the
three
running
down
back.
back.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
definitely. Like what Connor, like what he wants Connor to be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not hating on Connor, but I'm just saying he looked really good in that offense, man.
He
So
looked like he belonged there. Connor kind of looked like he in the way right now. Like
yeah, and contract year, you never know. Steelers might just say, "Hey, Connor, let him walk. We got this guy Snell here." So you going Benny? You taking Benny over Naeem?
I'm taking Naeem, bro.
Yeah,
I like Benny a
you
lot. I'm
gotta
taking
go.
Naeem
Yeah,
for our league's purposes. If you're in a PPR league like
yeah,
ours,
definitely. And you made a
that's
great
very
comparison. I mean, think about what you got out of Eckler last year. Naeem
yep.
may not be Eckler, we get it, but we know what Phillip Rivers likes to do, and he likes to dump that ball off to his backs because he ain't running nowhere. So those plays where he's not getting it downfield to Ty or Paris Campbell, Naeem is there to save the day, and I think his role is only going to get bigger with Mac out. So I think I'll
Yep.
take Naeem there too. So far, we're on the same page. Let's jump over here to the tight ends since we didn't get any tight ends really too much. Would you take? Let's see. Okay, let's do this one first. The OGs. Let's do the OGs. Would you take Jimmy Graham or Greg Olson? Jimmy Graham owned by 5% of owners, and Greg Olson's only owned by 26%. Maybe
Yeah.
some these might be a deeper league type of play, 12 man, 16 man, but even some 10-man leagues, some people might see the fountain of youth in these guys. Who would you go with between the OGs?
I'm going with Greg Olson, bro.
Because of Russ.
Yeah, the reason, bro. Yep.
Because of Russ. Russ does love his tight end.
Yep.
Just for the sake of the argument, I'll go with Jimmy Graham. He just
Okay.
looked like he belonged back in that conference. Like, I get it. For so long, for a while there, not too long, he played with the Packers. I know his wonder years were with the Saints, obviously, but he just looked all right in that Bears uniform. So I think I might take Jimmy Graham, man. You never know. Greg Olsen, there's a lot of tight ends going on out there. You never know who Russ is feeling that day, but I think Jimmy Graham could really establish a role with the Bears. I mean, Trubisky is not the best quarterback, but he did have a good game last week. I'm not going to hate. Made some tight window throws. So, but I just think he might develop some good chemistry with
Hold on,
with
bro.
Jimmy Graham, bro.
Trubisky had to make those throws, or he was getting fired, bro.
hey, I'm taking the dude when his life's on the line, bro. He performs. He ain't trying to die, bro. So I'll take that. But you're definitely
Yo,
right, bro. His life was definitely on the line. His livelihood was on the line. He was like, I
he,
need to do something, bro. So
he's like some saying, "Yo, what am I doing?"
yeah, man. So that's another reason. I don't know. I'm going with Jimmy Graham. You go with Olsen. So that's our picks on the OGs.
Trubisky, sleeper of the week, and
Trubisky?
and
Nah,
said
that
it.
was last week. You might have been good last week. I don't know about
Uh,
this week, bro. I think the
never
magic
mind.
wore off. He got his job. He good now. He can stink it up for a couple more
We
weeks.
got two more. We got two
He
more
got
weeks.
2 more weeks before he. That's the sleeper of the week in 2 weeks. Pick
Okay.
Trubisky.
No matter who he playing against.
Nobody, bro. Don't matter. Let's go over here to the receivers.
Okay. What you
Let's
got?
let's name the bigger name guys that I have here. But Robbie Anderson or Corey Davis?
C. Davis,
Who are you grabbing if you need a receiver off the waves?
Robbie Anderson, bro. C. Davis is C. Davis until he can show me he has another name. C.
Until he
Davis.
has to prove his name is Corey.
Who he has no name is C. Davis.
So
For
you
those of
going
y'all,
with Robbie? Yeah,
but yeah, bro.
Robbie. I don't know though. Corey Davis looked really impressive yesterday, and it might. I think it's so much attention. I'm gonna go with Robbie Anderson too, but for a different reason. I'm gonna go with Robbie Anderson just because you know what Tennessee wants to do at the end of the day. They want to run the ball, so that might have just been his day. Of course, it's probably gonna be a AJ Brown day, and it's probably gonna be very rare that they both have a day together. So for that reason, I'm gonna go Robbie Anderson. I feel like it could be a Robbie Anderson day almost every game. I mean, the Panthers looked all right. I mean, it was a close game, but if they try to put all them people in that box, Robbie Anderson has speed and he can get down that field. And DJ Moore is no slouch either. So if you got to worry about DJ Moore and McCaffrey, Robbie could have a good year, barring injury this year. So that's why I'm gonna go Robbie too. But Corey Davis, shout you out. You had a great game yesterday. Surprised both Will and myself, but Will's not a believer. He doesn't even know who Corey Davis is. He's wondering why I keep calling this guy Corey Davis.
That's his name.
You still trying to wonder who is Corey Davis? What you doing, as again? C Davis.
It say C. Davis on my app. C. Davis.
All right, C Davis. So we're taking Robbie Anderson on that one. Let's finish this off. Let's do a three-wayer. Jamison Crowder, Sammy Watkins, or Russell Gage. And then
Jamison Crowder.
and then okay, and then which order are you taking those guys?
Jamison Crowder, Russell Gage.
Yeah, Russell Gage had a game, bro. I mean, that was a weird game. We spoke about this earlier today. That was like the weirdest game ever, bro. Matt Ryan threw for like 450.
It's like Madden, bro.
It was like three
game.
players had over 100 yards, and they still lost, bro. Like that was like the flukest, the most weird game ever. But Russell Gage had 12 targets, caught 9 of those for 112 yards or 114 yards. I'm sorry. So you going with Jamison Crowder, Russell Gage, and then Sammy Watkins?
Yeah, in that order.
I like that. I like that a lot. You? I kind of want to go Russell Gage, Crowder, Watkins. Watkins, we all know because we just can't trust him. Even if it looked really good the other day, it's just week 1. We know that's just it's gonna be week 1 Watkins. I think you called him that. That's his nickname by you. So, but Jamison Crowder, I'm not a huge Darnold fan, but I know Darnold loves the slot. So I guess you have a point there, but Russell Gage, bro, like he's gonna get so many open looks just because Julio and Ridley is so good, bro. And then you still have Gurley back there. I know Gurley had a mediocre game last week, but you still have Gurley there. So he's just gonna have between him. A lot of people thought it was gonna be Hurst, but it looks like it's gonna be Russell Gage, bro. And he's fast. And I think last year you told me this stat, but I think he was the most targeted receiver in the red zone on the Falcons?
Yep, for the team. Yep, he's Matt Ryan's target.
I'll go Russell Gage, Crowder, Watkins, and you're
Okay.
going Crowder, Gage, Sammy Watkins.
Yep.
All right, cool. So those are our waiver wire picks, man. Getting into this Thursday night game, I'm excited, man. These days are just, I love this. I love that it's football season. It's already time for football already again. But we have the Battle of Ohio, Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Who are some of the players you are playing this week out of that game, Will Tay?
Oh my goodness, Nick Chubb. You drafted him second round,
Yeah,
and you gotta play him. You gotta play him because who else you gonna play? So go ahead and play Nick Chubb.
Yeah. Who else you got? Who else you playing?
Give him another one.
Yeah, go ahead. Go just let me know who you playing in this game. Just let me know everybody you playing this week, man. Out of your Thursday game, if you have them on your team.
Odell Beckham.
Okay.
Let me tell you what.
That boy had them Goldilocks in super crazy. It was all gold.
And he was mad and sassy this game. Yeah, so you go ahead and play Odell Beckham. He gonna show the haters it's his time to shine. He backed this game.
Hopefully,
Odell Beckham.
Hopefully it's not him. I mean, is it Baker's fault? Like, I don't know. He getting all the targets though. He led the team in targets the other day. So 22, 27 yards. It was like 10 targets, bro. It's not looking good, bro. But OBJ, I got you. Who else you playing, man?
You picked him. You picked him in that fourth round, that third, fourth round.
You gotta play him, huh? Definitely in the Battle of Ohio. You gotta put him in there.
He played Cincinnati. Yeah. Wow, this is the game you play. You got him for.
Yeah, that's facts.
Hooper, the Hoop God, Austin Hooper. Njoku's hurt.
I heard Njoku's out. Yeah, man, or an IR. So. I don't know,
so go ahead and play him. And you can play my cousin Haquan's running back one, Kareem Hunt. Shout out to the zero running back scheme he did this year. So you can play Kareem Hunt.
Was definitely looking good.
He looks like the running back one of his team. So shout out to Kareem
Do I play
Hunt.
him in our 8-man league? I mean, it's 8-man league, so I have a bunch of other guys. But do I just throw him in there? I mean, he had a pretty good game last week. 13 rushes, 72 yards, 4 receptions, only for 9 yards, though. But got targeted 6 times. You just touched down away from a big game.
Against Cincinnati, you never know.
Yeah. I'll think about it. It's an 8-man league, but who else you got? What'd you say?
Who's your other running backs?
I have on that team, let's see here. I have Todd Gurley, Dalvin Cook, and Mostert.
Hell no. Well, don't even.
And Melvin Gordon.
Hell no.
That's an 8-man league. And I lost last week. That's the thing. That's the hardest thing about this 8-man league we're in, bro. It's like you have too many players you don't know who to play. It's too many good players. So it's kind of
like FanDuel on crack.
That's exactly what it is, bro. So, but anyways, back to the point. I have on my list, I have OBJ just like you. I have Nick Chubb. I have Kareem Hunt. But I have Joe Burrow and AJ Green. I think they both have pretty good games. I think Joe Burrow is going to spread the love out. I think he's going to rush a little bit, get some rushing yards. I don't think he's going to do anything like Kyler or Lamar or anything, but I think he's going to get some rushing yards. I think he might get a rushing touchdown, and I think he might get a couple touchdowns. And his chemistry looked really, really, really good with AJ Green. I had AJ Green on my bench in our 10-man league. I'm probably not going to play him this week, but this might be the game I should play him because it's the Browns, just like you said with OBJ. I feel like that's how I feel with AJ. It's like it's towards the Browns. I might as well throw him in there, but I don't know. I like my other receivers a little bit more, but I'm very tempted to get AJ Green in there. But I think Burrow gets in there. I think he throws a few touchdowns, probably gets one to AJ. I think he might get one to Boyd. I think AJ might have a big reception yard game. I think he's going to get a lot of catches. And I think Burrow might get a rushing touchdown. So play Joe Burrow, man. Spark him up, man. He's going to show Baker Mayfield that he is the king of Ohio. And that's that on that. That's what Joe Burrow is going to do this week. Do you have Baker having a good game?
Man, listen.
You're the Browns fan, so I'm asking you.
We gonna win, bro. The Browns are gonna win the game, but I don't know what my quarterback's gonna do. I'm gonna be real with you. He should have a good game. They're playing against Cincinnati. Everything looks like he should, but he is also the captain and the quarterback of the Browns. And
Yeah.
anything that will happen,
It's in
anything that
Cleveland,
can happen.
though. It's in
Oh,
Cleveland. He at home. He got all the commercials. Shout out Stephen A. Smith. He got all
yeah,
the
man.
clout. He got all the clout in the league. All the players mess with him.
Baker, if you got Baker, don't start him. It's just
Joe Burrow. I'm trying to tell y'all. Just fire up Joe Burrow.
So what about Joe Mixon?
I'm never really that big on Joe Mixon, but I
Don't
went
you-
with him in my top 10 in my running back list preseason just because I was a little more excited about this offense. But when I watched last week, and it's just like the same thing from last year, beginning of the year. It's like he has so much talent, and he can be so, like, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's over 1,000-yard rusher, but it just be looking like a struggle when he be out there, man. So I don't know, man. I think the Browns might play some good defense on him, and it's gonna be one of those receiver type games. So I think AJ and Boyd and John Ross, they're gonna have to do something, man. That's how I feel. I don't know. Mixon might have a great game, but I don't have him. I mean, you obviously gonna play him because a lot of people took him in that second round. Maybe some people took him in the first, late second round, maybe third round in some leagues. But so I know you're gonna play him, but
They had him high. They had him high. Consensus had him top 10 this year.
yeah,
So he has to show up.
I had him in top 10 on my list too. So
Ant Census had him top 10 as well.
the answer is yeah, man. Let's see what he did last week. Joe Mixon last week finished the game with 6 fantasy points, 69 yards on 19 rush attempts.
Ooh, he's so nasty. He's so nasty.
He gave you 2 reception yards. He fumbled, and he only had 1 reception on 2 targets. So I don't know, man. That was versus the Chargers. I get it, but I think Cleveland is good enough to. We'll see. I'm not playing Joe Mixon. I don't like it. I don't like it. You got him. You got him having a big game.
Just think about this. James Robinson had almost those same stats.
On who Jacksonville played the Colts.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he had 10 points, and Joe Mixon has 6.
Joe Mixon has 6 because that fumble kind of.
Because he fumbled Ruski. Oh, shout out to Little Giants. I just watched that the other day.
So you fumble Ruski. I feel like we do that with every show, bro. We got to figure out a way to get that tag so we can just start pushing the button. You know what I mean? Fumble Ruski. But so are you playing Mixon or not? Yeah, you're gonna play Mixon.
Absolutely, you're gonna play Mixon. You drafted him.
Is he gonna have a big game? I guess I should rephrase my question. Is he gonna have a big game? Yes or no?
No, because the Browns play defense, except against Baltimore.
It's against Lamar. Lamar, that's making me feel so good taking that guy second round so far.
I think it's going to be tough on him. But, yeah, so we'll see. I don't have the stats right here in front of me of where they placed last year of the Browns in defense to the rush. But I don't think Joe Mixon's going to have a good game. I'm not a big Joe Mixon fan, but I would say he is a start. You got to just roll him.
You just got to roll him and wish for the best. So, So that's our waiver wire additions you guys should add this week. Some of our top performers going into the Thursday night game, and we'll be back here later this week to get you guys ready for some of your starts and sits going into this week and some of our top projections heading into the next week. So thanks for hanging in there with us today, and we see you guys on the next one. Yo.
Fantasy football. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram and on YouTube. And that's
we're going to pull up. Yeah.